An INTP is someone that is introverted or introspective, intuitive or imaginative, thinking or rational, and prospecting or flexible and opportunistic. In other words, an INTP is someone that spends a lot of time inside of their own head, thinking, analyzing, explaining, trying to connect the dots, trying to make things into systems, trying to find the deepest truth they can, trying to turn all of these things to know in some sort of universal theory or like principles that can be applied in any situation. And they do so with a lot of imagination, but they always remain rational. They don't let their feelings get in the way of their thinking. They're not scared to think outside of the box, nor are they scared to pursue that vision that they have inside of their own head and to sort of be not controversial, but to go against the grain and to make their own path. Now, there are some downsides to being an INTP because the traits that belong to an INTP might mean you easily get distracted, might mean you're not that good with people, might mean that you really can't, or you can't really find your place inside of this world. But guess what? The world needs INTPs. Our world is focused on external progress at the expense of nature, at the expense of other people, at the expense of our health, when what we really need instead is internal progress. Our world is only focusing on progress in unimportant areas, and in all other areas of life, we just want things to remain the same. People want to remain comfortable. People want to be able to live the way they have lived in the past decades forever, because it's so comfortable. But we need to think ahead. We need to think further, to think deeper, to be curious, and to look at all that we know and to figure out what is really the way that we should do things, and to pursue that. We can't just keep making decisions out of habit instead of truth. Our world needs people that look at things logically and rationally, honoring emotions and feelings and sentiment, but not being a slave to it. My name is Franco, I'm an INTP, and if you're watching this, I'm guessing so are you. The world needs our curiosity, our problem-solving abilities, our ability to be critical, our rationality, and our principle-based decision-making. The world needs our systems thinking and intellectual courage and our imagination. The thing is that all of these things I just mentioned, the rationality, the curiosity, the imagination, it already exists. Even the ideas that come out of our curiosity and our intellectual pursuits, even the ideas already exist. It's just that they only exist inside of our own heads. We don't develop our ideas into something tangible. And that's because of our other traits, like the perfectionism or the procrastination, which leads to lower productivity, lower focus. And we also don't really share our ideas in a persuasive manner, or perhaps we don't share our ideas at all. INTPs seem to only put pen to paper when what they are writing and what they are doing feels like second nature to them, when they know that what they're writing is true. In that situation, that perfectionistic procrastinator in us doesn't show up. That hyper-analytical, complete view part of our brain doesn't show up. If I'm being honest, I'm still struggling with this myself. Even though I'm working on something that I love, I'm still not as productive as I can be. I remember working on things that I didn't love, and that kind of work had me feeling like I was Sisyphus. I had accepted the task, my thesis or things for work. I had accepted the task. I had put the boulder on my shoulder. And then I looked at the mountain And I was like, nope. I just couldn't do the work that I was supposed to do. And I thought I had ADD. I thought I was not sleeping well. I thought I had completely lost my sanity at some points. But that is why I started a community for INTPs where I can teach you about how to deal with procrastination, the inner critic, the limiting beliefs, the conditioning from my younger years, leaving that old self behind and finally becoming as productive as we can be and as we should be. You can join that for free now using the link below, and the first person that joins will actually get a free premium report from the official 16 Personalities website, alongside of a discussion of those results with the two of us. But that is not why I made this video. I made this video because I have a message to share with INTPs. The world needs you. You have amazing ideas, solutions, teachings that the world needs. But people don't always want what they need. People usually just want what they want. So I'm going to put a boulder on your shoulder. You have certain strengths, and with great strength comes great responsibility. Now, if you're not in a good place right now, don't worry. Take care of yourself first. A cup can only overflow once it is full. But if you do feel up for the challenge, do this one thing for me. Work on the things that are keeping you from fulfilling your potential. If you know you're a perfectionist, dive into the internet, find the knowledge, try things, understand your problem and your situation, and fix the perfectionism. If you get distracted easily by bad habits, research it, solve it, and be rid of those bad habits. If you feel lost in life, literally just Google how to find your purpose and do what you learn. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. That's a quote by Edmund Burke. You have skills, talents, qualities, traits, tendencies, call it what you want to call it. But the world is full of problems, and those problems need to be solved. And if we don't solve these problems, you already know where things are going to go. So, solve the problems. We, more than anyone else in the world, can solve problems. We have the intellect. It's just about working on the things that are keeping that intellect from flourishing, from realizing all of the things we think of. All we need to do is work on our weaknesses and get to work. Alright, so here's the boulder. Take it or leave it.